Hi, folks. Hamer Hayes here, also known as Hamer the Hypnotist. We're here today with Janet, who has very kindly agreed to allow me to film our session together. And so please give a very warm welcome to Janet. And I'm curious, Janet, where are you currently based?
Yeah, I'm living in Bristol at the
In
moment.
Bristol. Oh,
Yeah.
what a wonderful place. I lived there for a while myself. I was lucky enough to live in Clifton.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Oh, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, I'm in
Uh,
Clifton. But it is pretty similar in there's a lot of people around here and they are more or less pleasant, but there is a lot of like student activity. So it's kind of like when you get to my age, you could do with a little bit more peace
yeah,
and tranquility.
I totally get that, you, and I want to give you the best possible experience that I can. Okay, what I'd like you to do whenever you're ready now, if you're comfortable, you're fully supported, presumably.
Mhm.
Great. So I'd like you to make sure your feet are flat on the floor and just close your eyes now whenever you're ready. Take a very slow, deep breath. That's right. Hold that breath in for a count of three, two, one. Let that breath out with a sigh. With each and every breath you take, relaxing you more and more. With each and every word I say, relaxing you more and more. Any sounds other than the sound of my voice, Janet, are simply the sounds of the environment, the noise in the environment around you. They will not disturb you in any way. In fact, they'll only serve as to remind you as to why you're here and allow you to follow my instructions even easier. And the deeper you go, the better it feels. And the better it feels, the more you can let go. Just let go. There's nothing for your conscious mind to do now. You'll be aware, and as you continue to relax, you'll be aware of the sound of my voice, just like you're aware of the sensation of the chair beneath you supporting you. But that's not the part of your mind that I'm talking to. As you go deeper and deeper, deeper with every breath, Janet, I'd like you to place all of your attention on the tiny little muscles behind your eyes. I'd like you to relax those muscles so fully, so completely that they just want to stay shut. They just wouldn't open without putting tension back in. And when you know you've relaxed them so completely, so fully, so completely, they just won't work anymore. Test them just so I know. That's right. Fantastic. Knowing at all times that you're safe, protected, secure. You go deeper and deeper with every breath, with every beat of your heart. You know, ask you to relax your mind to the same extent that your body continues to relax. We're going to do this in a very special way. We're going to start in a moment, but not yet. I'm going to ask you to recite the letters of the alphabet backwards, starting with the letter Z or Z. By the time you get to X, or maybe even sooner, you're going to relax those letters completely out of your mind. So Z, smaller, darker, harder to find. Y, smaller, darker, much harder to find. And X, smaller, darker, impossible to find. Turning the volume all the way down, down, down. That's right. Now, I can't have this experience for you, Janet. You're the only one that can allow this to happen. Want it to happen, expect it to happen, and enjoy the process of allowing it to happen naturally, effortlessly, easily, only at the rate and speed that allows you to go 50 times deeper, 50 times more relaxed, 50 times more clarity, more focus as you listen to the sound of my voice. And when you realize those letters have gone completely from your mind, give me an unconscious nod just so I know. And then, well, fantastic. You're doing great here. As you continue to relax, I've noticed I'd like you to imagine there's a place in your body where, if you could imagine, where there's any less than positive emotions, any negative feelings, thoughts, sensations, emotions that might have been holding you back over the past few days, the past few months, the past few weeks, the past few years, all the way back to when you were a little girl. And just let them go. And as you do that, I'd like you to notice there's a color associated with all those with all those feelings, with all those less than positive emotions. What color might that be? First impression. That's right. Let it go. Just imagine all that energy, all that less than positive energy, all those less than positive emotions just flowing out of your mind, gone from your body, gone from your mind. And if there was a color that was supportive, if you could imagine a place that's so nurturing, so supportive, so positive, so peaceful, so serene, so tranquil, that nothing less than positive could get inside without being completely turned around into something positive, supportive, and resourceful. If you could imagine a place, such a place, go there now. When you found that place and you step inside this mystical, magical place, this place where anything is possible, where you can make the most positive, profound, permanent changes, give me a nod so you know. This is the temple of your mind.
Hmm.
You got it? I want you to notice there's a color associated with that place, with that mystical place. There's a place in your body where you can feel it as well, where you feel safe, secure, where that feeling of safety and warmth, positivity, protection comes from. Point to where you feel it and notice there's a color associated with that feel, with that supportive feeling. So you enter into this mystical, magical place. And what would that color be, first impression, Janet?
White and gold.
White and gold.
Hmm.
Wonderful. What I'd like you to do now, if you could possibly imagine, if you could imagine a big ball of that white and gold energy, that magical, those magical colors floating just above your head. Notice how the feelings in your body begin to shift as that big golden white ball of energy begins to grow, begins to expand. begins to fill the entire room around you, from wall to wall, from floor to ceiling, and all points in between. Notice how it wraps itself around you like an amazing blanket of protection, of acceptance, of clarity, of vision, whilst at the same time immunizing you, inoculating you completely, protecting you from any forces of negativity, any less than positive emotion, any negative voices, any doubts, real or imagined, whilst at the same time flooding your mind, flooding your body, flooding your spirit with everything you most want, everything you most need in an infinite, ever expanding, and unlimited supply. When you know you've got that feeling that lets you know you have clarity, focus, and vision, inner wisdom, you realize it's there. Breathe in that magical color. Let it fill up your entire being like water fills a bottle, like hot air or helium fills a balloon. Anchor that feeling in so fully, so completely, that no force in the universe could possibly turn that feeling of positivity off, that feeling of clarity, focus, inner vision, and all the emotions that make you feel empowered for the reasons that are important to you. Test it. Try to turn that feeling off. Just notice what happens instead. That's right. Let it all go. Notice how, with each and every breath you take, with each and every beat of your heart, that magical golden and white colors flow all throughout your mind, all throughout your body, throughout every cell, every tissue, every organ, every part of your mind, body, and spirit, cleansing, purging any less than positive emotion, flowing all that warmth, appreciation, kindness, gratitude, clarity, focus, vision, wisdom, feeling it oozing through you with a sense of acceptance, with a new sense of vigor, vitality that moves you forward towards a new life where you're the one that's in control, where you can see things from a much higher perspective, with a much clearer field of vision. And as you continue to relax deeper and deeper, I'd like you to remember a time in your life, perhaps when you were, perhaps recently, perhaps many years ago. That's right. Let it all go. Fantastic. You're doing fantastic, Janet. You're doing really wonderful. Remembering this time when you were much younger. Maybe you were with a teacher, maybe a guide, a guardian, maybe a parent, maybe a sibling. But whoever this person you were with, they represented what was nurturing, what was nourishing, could show you something that's really true. And as you listen to this voice, remember notice where that voice comes from. As you listen to this voice, turn the volume all the way up, noticing where it comes from. Notice how all the other voices, the voices that don't fully support you, notice how they just drain away. Merge into this one voice of love, of wisdom, inner vision, outer action. This voice that gives you really good advice, reminding you the best perspective to take in any given situation, circumstance, or problem. I have a voice like that. And you have this voice too. If you listen, listen, really listen, you can hear this voice talking from you now, right from the very center of who you are. This is your voice of wisdom, absolute love and authority within you, reminding you you're always enough. That's right. Always accepted, always protected, forgiven for all wrongs, real or imagined. From this moment on, for so long as your lungs continue to breathe and your heart continues to beat, this voice will go with you, guiding you, inspiring you, protecting you, and keeping you safe. Reminding you the very best perspective to take in any given circumstance or problem. This voice that gives you really good advice. This voice that rings 10 times louder than every other voice, that drowns out every other voice, reminding you you're always enough. You're always accepted, protected, forgiven for all wrongs, real or imagined. This voice that's there to give you a helping hand, to give you a hand to hold when you most need it. Trust. This is your voice. This is your inner voice. So reminding you that so long as your lungs continue to breathe and your heart continues to beat, this voice will go with you. The voice of absolute love, reminding you you're always accepted, always protected, forgiven, all wrongs, real or imagined. From this moment on, for so long as your lungs continue to breathe and your heart continues to beat, this voice will go with you. The voice of absolute love, wisdom, inner vision, giving you a greater sense of clarity. And you, anytime you need clarity, focus, vision, you can ask, what would this voice say? What would the voice say in this particular circumstance? You'll always get the answer. You may be surprised how quickly the answer comes because you're amazing. And as you continue to move through this mystical place, this magical place where you can make all the changes you need to empower you to live the very best that you can be, I'd like to invite your other than conscious mind to take you, if you could, reach out 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 5 years from now. And as you look back over the past 5 years to today, bringing with you all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom, all of the understandings, and all of the learnings that allowed you to live the life of your dreams. What would have had to have happened? What advice would you give to that younger version of you, of today, right now, that would allow you to be the very best version of you could possibly be? Take a few moments now, Janet, to reflect on this. Fantastic. You're doing fantastic. Whenever you're ready, and only when you're ready, just let me know and we'll move on to the next step process. Fantastic. And as you take in this new reality, this is your reality. You make it true for you. I want you to imagine a color associated with that feeling of knowing where your purpose, that feeling of clarity, of confidence, of self-acceptance, of love, of warmth, appreciation, and gratitude And that new version of you 5 years from now. And notice there's a color associated with that feeling. Oh, what color might that be?
It's like a red.
Like a red,
Yeah, it's like a kind of brightish red.
brightish red. Okay.
Mm.
So if you could maybe imagine a ball of that red energy floating above you, just above your head. Notice how the feelings inside of you begin to shift as that big red ball of energy begins to grow, begins to expand, begins to fill the entire room around you from wall to wall, floor to floor, and all points in between. Notice how it wraps itself around you like an amazing blanket of confidence, of excitement, of empowerment, of curiosity, of clarity, of inner vision, guidance, excitement, passion, flexibility, determination, and vitality. And bringing with it that voice all the time, the voice going with you, that voice that guides you, giving you the confidence that you need, giving you the support, the love that you need. And all the emotions of personal power that make you the amazing person that you are, whilst at the same time protecting you from any less than positive energy, emotions, feelings, thoughts, sensations. At the same time, flooding that beautiful mind of yours, flooding that spirit, flooding your body with everything you most need, everything you most want in an infinite, ever expanding and unlimited supply. And only when you know you've got that, just breathe in that magical color. Let it fill up your entire being. Like fluid fills a test tube, like hot air or helium fills a balloon. Anchor that feeling in so fully, so completely, that no force in the universe could possibly turn that good feeling off or take it away, Janet. Not even you. When you know you've got that, test it. Try to turn that good feeling off. Notice how you notice you can't do it. Notice how with each and every beat of your heart, with each and every breath, that feeling of confidence, empowerment, of clarity, inner vision just gets stronger and stronger. With each and every breath, doubling it, doubling it, doubling the sensation, and possible till it's impossible to turn off, until it takes on a life of its own, until finally, 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 you know you've got that, because this is your reality. When you realize it's true, take an extra breath of that magical color with all the clarity, focus in the vision, and flow it through the place where all that old energy used to be. And notice what happens. That's right. That's right. Let it all go. Let all the tension go. As you breathe in peace and breathe out stress. As all these new positive thoughts, emotions, feelings settle in to this new path, to this new version of you. And in a moment, Janet, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When we get to 5, you'll emerge from this process seeing colors more vividly. You'll feel lighter and brighter, and sounds will be more resonant. All the right way. You'll feel confident, more comfortable in yourself, and excited about the future, looking forward. But of course, it all begins with 1. You're the one this is all about. You're the one that took control by following my instructions. You're the one that gets to keep the benefit of the change. 2, merging 2 parts of your mind together, your conscious and your unconscious mind, perfectly aligned, energetically synergized and harmonized, merging together to form one united kingdom of you, whole and complete. And 3, reminding you that there are always at least 3 ways to solve any particular situation, circumstance, or problem. And your other than conscious mind can logically, automatically, naturally, and intuitively provide you with the optimum solution in exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way, for the ultimate good of all parties concerned, including you. And 4, coming back to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, a reality where you're the one that's in control, where you see things from a much higher plane, like a eagle spreading its wings, flying off onto the mountaintops with a much wider field of vision, much greater clarity, inner vision, guidance, and purpose. 1/2 of your transformation complete. The next phase, the best phase, yet to come. And 5, whenever you're ready, take all the time you need in the next few moments of clock time to come back and step into a brand new life. Head clear, mind clear, confident, self reassured. And notice how good you feel.
Am I supposed to be back now?
How are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, good. I do feel it's very different, isn't it? It's a while since I've done one, so